again, and you just finished a hard week at school. You're planning on going out with your friends. You go to the bar, you're having drinks, you're dancing, you're having fun when you notice a hottie on the other side over there. You make eye contact. You walk over, strike up the conversation, you guys hit it off, and before you know it, you're back at your place and your clothes are coming off. That's when you realize that neither of you has a condom or she's not on birth control. At a young age, I had a similar situation, and I ended up having unprotected sex, and I ended up with a child out of it. So, I was a teenager, but even as adults, we still need to practice safe sex. Today, I will be discussing what can happen if you have unprotected sex, what are some different STDs that you might get if you have unprotected sex, some prevention measures that you can take, and some resources so you can prevent these things from happening. First thing I want to talk about is the things that can happen if you have unprotected sex. You can end up pregnant, and then you have to decide how you want to handle it. And one of the things you're going to have to think about is how much it costs to have a child. Catherine Fassel of CNN states, costs vary by family income. Low-income families are estimated to spend an average of $174,690, while higher-income households will pay $372,210 over the years. Other options that you have to choose from are adoption and abortion, and you have to think if you can deal with that decision that you have to make. Another thing that can happen is you can get an STD. And STDs are sexually transmitted diseases. And according to the Coalition for Positive Sexuality, while it is normal and healthy for people to enjoy active sex lives, there are more than 30 sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, or sexually transmitted infections, STIs, that can make things unpleasant. Examples could be HPV, herpes, or hepatitis B, but we're going to be talking about the more silent types, which are chlamydia, gonorrhea, and HIV. Planned Parenthood states that about 3 million American women and men become infected with chlamydia every year. It is very common in the United States, and you can show no symptoms and still have it. If untreated in women, it can cause you to be unable to get pregnant, and if untreated in men, it can cause you to become sterile. And condoms are a way to prevent this. Gonorrhea is another common STD that you can get, and it also can show no symptoms. Planned Parenthood states that gonorrhea can be a serious health risk if it's not treated, and it affects more than 800,000 women and men in the United States every year. If pregnant, it can cause premature labor, and it can cause your unborn child to get blood, joint, and eye infections. It can also cause infertility, arthritis, and skin sores if untreated. It can also be prevented with wearing condoms. HIV is another STD that shows very few symptoms, and it can show no symptoms for up to 10 years and you can have it. There is no cure, but there are treatments for the HIV to not turn into AIDS. Planned Parenthood states that in the United States, more than 980,000 cases of AIDS have been reported to the government, and about 40,000 women and men in the US get HIV every year. HIV breaks down your immune system, which makes it so you get sick more often, and you don't get sick with things that you wouldn't usually get sick with. And the only way not to get it is to abstain from transferring bodily fluids between you and someone else that has it. And people don't die from AIDS, they die from the infections that they get because they have it. Getting tested is very important. It prevents the spreading of STDs, and it helps you from putting your own health at risk. You should get tested annually, and based on the class survey that I took, there was nobody that got tested annually, so you should really keep that in mind. Condoms are not 100% for protecting against HIV, AIDS, or any other STD. It makes it a little bit better, but it's not 100%. So how can we prevent an unplanned pregnancy or prevent from getting an STD? Birth control is how you prevent pregnancy, and condoms can do that and prevent STDs, but they're not 100%. We're going to talk about some more long-term types of birth control, and then we'll talk about condoms a little bit. So, there is an implant. We're going to specifically talk about Nexplanon. It's a small rod that releases progesterone and it goes in your arm like that. It lasts up to 4 years. And Nexplanon states on their website that it is over 99% effective and it does not need to be taken daily, weekly, or monthly. The other type of birth control we're going to talk about is Mirena, or the IUD. IUD stands for intrauterine device. It is a T-shape, it's soft plastic, and they put it in your uterus, so it goes like this. Mirena explains, as soon as Mirena is placed in your uterus by the health provider, it starts releasing small amounts of the hormone levonorgestrel into your uterus to provide continuous birth control for as long as you want, for up to 5 years, and it is 99% effective. There's also condoms. There are male and female condoms. They're cheap, they're latex, or they're plastic. Male condoms are 82% effective. Female condoms are a little bit less. Along with helping prevent pregnancy, they also prevent STDs, or not prevent, but help prevent. Planned Parenthood states that using condoms for female condoms every time you have sex will lower your chances of spreading STDs. So where can you get these things? You can pay for them at the store. Most stores sell condoms. You can get condoms for free at Planned Parenthood, a public health office, or at student services on the UWRF campus. Student health services also helps with testing for certain STDs, HIV, and they can give you pregnancy tests and birth control. That's through the Vibrant Health Family Clinic or Pierce County Reproductive Health. Planned Parenthood in Woodbury also provides these same things. So always practice safe sex. And in conclusion, I have talked to you about what could happen if you practice unsafe sex, different STDs that you could get, how to prevent pregnancy or getting an STD, and some resources for you in order to help you get these things that you need. So next time you're thinking about having sex, make sure that you're protected. Thank you.
Good job.